live on YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. My name is Endo Miller, and today on TNT, we're going to discuss and talk about Latin American. Jefferson, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, good morning for everybody. I'm Jefferson. I'm living in Goiânia, Goiás. I'm economist. I'm a professor for a Catholic University of Goiás. And I love to be a South American person.
Oh, that's nice. Very good. Very good introduction. Bruna, how about you?
Hello, YouTube everyone. I'm Bruna, I'm 26. I live in São Paulo. I work as an English teacher and I'm also a host here on TNT. So I think that's it. I don't know.
Awesome. Rogério, your turn.
Okay, guys, good morning. I'm Rogério. I'm 42. I live in Cosmópolis, São Paulo. I have been studying English for 1 year and 7 months, and I have been attending here on TNT since the beginning of this year. And for me, guys, it's a pleasure to be here to practice English with you guys. Thank you.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to have you here, Rogério. Wallace.
So good evening. Good evening is awesome. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wallace. I'm 21 years old. That's the third time that I attend here in TNT, and it's been a lovely moment and a lovely, how do I say that, experience. And well, I'm sure that we will enjoy this topic about culture.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Wallace. And Carla?
Hello, good morning for you and good evening for me, because I'm from São Paulo, but I'm living in Netherlands since January this year. So I think this topic is very interesting for me because I'm living in other cultures, so it's very nice to discuss.
Yeah, it would be very nice to hear you as well. So as usual, we start from the script of the question, and then we can open, depending on your answer, you can create more questions and kind of make this conversation broad. So the first one is, do you think South America has an interesting history? We can start from Jefferson.
The first question is not South America, it's South American Caribbean. For me, it's the correct term now, used by the National Union, by CEPAL. It's an organization that deals with economics, cultures, and a lot of things about this part of the world. So since 1948, the world is divided, South American, Caribbean, and North America. And sometimes they use the term Central America, sometimes. But for me, Central America is part of South America and Caribbean. So it's a very interesting history about the food. We have different food from the world, a lot of food and fruits. It's very interesting. About the music, the salsa, a lot of kind of music, vallenato from Colombia, samba from Brazil. It's a very interesting thing about music. About the clothes, it's very interesting about the clothes. It's very different. And about the culture, the big names from, like a lot of writers from Latin America and Caribbean.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Jefferson. Yeah, you told us about the food, and it's interesting because sometimes we forgot that the climate, that the weather itself, they change and shape the way we are. So it's very important to say about that, in all the world. That's a very important point. Rogério, how about you? What do you think about this first one question?
Wendell, actually, I think just few people has this kind of interest, because we are not used to discuss about this topic. Just in the first grade on school, we learned something about it. It's a shame because we are South Americans who have to be proud of our background, but just few people like this kind of topic, and actually many people would like to learn more about North America culture, Europe culture. A lot of people like to discuss about this topic, but they completely forgot about our backgrounds. Okay.
Yeah. More than being interested, we have to be aware and try to understand, because we are still understanding our background in terms of history. Now we kind of make a reviewing of information, of that, and it's very important to include the minorities into that big history. Wallace, I will change a little bit the question, but what's your perception about what is being South American, or Latino or Brazilian and so on?
I think there's that's a very tough question, because there's a huge difference between being a Brazilian or a Colombian or Argentinian. Because specifically talking about Brazil, we are a large country. We have totally different cultures from north to south. Like, we are just one country, but the sort of culture we have among the states is totally different from, like, you can say a person that lives in Manaus is also Brazilian, but someone that lives in Rio Grande do Sul is also Brazilian. But the sort of culture they share, the culture is not so, it doesn't even close, but they are both Brazilians. And in South America and Caribbean, as Jefferson said, we have this sort of difficulty because there are so many cultures and we don't share much among them. And all the things that we share is not something that we are all proud of. I think that's it.
Nice point, very nice point. And Bruna, what do you think?
Yes, I haven't thought about what Wallace said before, but that's really important. When I first read the question, I was thinking of I don't like, when I was at school, I didn't like history that much, and I wouldn't study it because I felt that I couldn't connect facts, and it didn't make sense for me. I don't know if it was because of the way it was taught, or like because of the way I use it to study, So yeah, but when I read the question, I thought about exploitation, slavery, and all of this process South America faced, in the past. I don't understand a lot, so I don't know, but I can say that I completely agreed with Wallace and also with Rogério when he said that unfortunately we don't study that much as we should. We don't know a lot about the past.
Okay, thanks a lot, Bruno. Let's hear from a person overseas. Carla, what's your perception about this being South American, Brazilian?
I agree with you guys that we didn't know enough about the background, the history, but different colonizers resulted in very different cultures. But in the end, I think more things is common between us that difference, no. But to be honest, I'm not used to very interested in South American history. I don't know why, but I think maybe the dream to visit European countries or North American countries. So I think it's a little bit prejudice our understanding about our neighbors, no?
Yeah, and yeah, it's quite simple, the reason, because we aren't, interested in our culture.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so we are interested in to know about the United States and Europe and so on, and we forgot about us, like the South American, the Caribbean, Brazil itself. And I really love to read and know about art. And I know a lot of artists that was released, out there, in other country. And then, the world kind of, discovered that the artist is awesome. And then the Brazil, oh, he's Brazilian. Oh, very nice. He's Brazilian. Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, she is awesome, and it's interesting how we kind of, we do not care about this. It's a sad situation because we cannot build our image, in terms of the world. Let's move to the question number 5. What does it mean to be South American to you? Jefferson, hard one to you.
Are you kidding with me? South America. Let me think about South America. South America, for me, it's have a potential to be a strong with a lot of nation, with a lot of good things about food. As I said, food, music, the people work so much, but the South America is not as good as North America, like Canada and United States. As I was reading the question number 2 about the region and advanced country, because the colonization began with the colonization that was terrible for this country. The colonization of the South America. So for me, what does it mean? Let me ask you at the right point. For me, yeah.
Feel free to say what you want. Like, feel free to add the point that you want,
Okay, let's go ahead. Let me introduce something that I think is very interesting. Because you have South American, but you have American way of life for United States and Canada. And all the South America is trying to do is to copy everything about the American way of life, about food, about music, about clothes, about culture, everything, and forgetting everything for the South America. This is, for me, it's terrible most of the time.
Yeah.
Because we have poor countries here and not rich, and you can see the same as North America. So it's terrible. You have enough money to be the same way, the same level as North America.
Absolutely. Yeah, we are consuming this standardization, right? It's very interesting that they spread that, that image, that idea of American way of life. Very interesting. Thanks a lot, Jefferson. Rogério, what do you think about that? Do you notice the American way of life?
Oh man, it's such a hard question, because what can I say about us be South America? Well, I think that we have to be proud about our background, as I told you, because here in South America we have bad weather, you know. Especially here in Brazil, it's always we have always summer in Brazil. However, we have bad politicians, you know, who made so bad laws for us. And by the way, guys, why everyone wants to go to for North America, for Europe, you know, because there they have all their laws, all their better laws, better culture, you know. We don't see many people want to go here to South America to live here, to work here, you know. And unfortunately, because here I think it would be better for bad for for them. And yeah, it's hard to answer this question, but I think we need why. By the way, why we don't imitate their laws? Why we don't imitate the culture? I don't say culture, but especially their laws, because
Okay.
we have everything to be a great nation, a great continent, but you know, we look at Venezuela, look at Peru. Oh my gosh, it's a mess, you know. And I think it's something wrong with South America, because I don't know, guys, if you know, but here in South America, we have a country who speak English too, you know, Anglo Guyana, close to Brazil, too close to Brazil. And look at them. They are like
Yeah, with
us.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are just like us. They are a poor country like us. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you know somehow we shared the same history or background, you know, to be
Yeah.
skilled, and you know I think we consume and you accept too much that image, you know. And what we are trying to do here in this conversation is to change that, you know, from the scratch. We are discussing about our culture, you know. And what I'm doing that, the reason, the main point is that, you know, I've been talking to a lot of people from other country, and when I'm starting to understand, you know, I'm saying, oh my God, the Brazil is awesome. Brazil is awesome. Oh my God, they don't know, unfortunately, you know. And my, you know, I feel that I would like to spread more what we are. So, you know, I feel very, very proud to be Brazilian because, for example, I really love culture and play songs and so on. And when I compare, you know, the way that we play, and you know, I'm considering that when I was teenager, and I used to try to be a kind of rock star, you know, only play American songs on the guitar, like, you know, a very rebel guy. But when I start to learn how to play Brazilian songs, and you know, my mind's kind of blowing. Oh my God, what Brazilians doing? My God, it's so hard and complex. You know, the world needs to know about that. You know, so I feel very excited to talking about that. And the reason I think we have to start from that, you know, from the scratch, that discussing, you know, and try to capturing some point and understanding, and in order to be aware, more aware, and so on. Wallace, your turn.
I couldn't agree more with you guys, all of you. About what Jefferson said, I guess we are raised like this, not liking our culture because of the soft power. As you said, you're an economist, so I think you might know that, soft power. And well, being a South American, it means for me that we are more human beings than any other country, because we are, in terms of socializing, much more, how do you say that, warmer than the other countries. Like, we kiss people that we don't know, we hug them, and I think it feels much more like human being than just hello from saying far from the person. Like, they don't get close. They just hello, good morning, and bye. And what else about being a poor country? Once I read a book that said all the South countries, they are poor, but not because of the culture, but not only because of the culture, but also because the disease we have, the sort of disease we have here. For example, I don't know how to say that in English, but febre amarela. North countries, they don't have it. Like any other temperature zones, disease just happened here. And this is a huge problem that we must solve, but they don't need to think about how to solve this kind of disease. And well, and also what you said, Endo, the music. I used to play in an orchestra that the maestro, he was Colombian, and he said that the rhythm of music that we play here is much faster than the North countries. Like we play in 120 BPS, and they like in the North American, they play in 60 BPS, like so slowly, quite slowly, and we are much faster. that part of the culture that we have, that we all share in South America, like the music is what makes us South Americans and being much more human beings. It means for me that that's define being a South American.
Very good point, because I think our history as well is about to deal in differences. The whole South Americans is about to deal in difference. So I think we kind of learned how to accept that, in terms of living in community, and the way we are, very warm is, going toward to that as well, to be warm. Carla, what do you think?
I think South American means a big cultural diversity in general, food, music, people, religion, but you have infertility and think in common. It's political polarization, and I think it's the worst thing that we could have to go ahead to getting better. And we have in common this difficult to raising as in political and economy and social in general. So, and the Wallace was talking about it, and I was considering something here, because I think in Brazil we think like we are a very nice country because we have a lot of land to agriculture. I don't know, agriculture. But what else more? Because here now in my new experience here, I discovered that Netherlands is a very small country, but I think it's the top 5 exported food for around the world, because invest in technology. We don't have a lot of land to agriculture, but we can invest in technology to overcome this. So I think we need to stop to thinking that we have that is good and overcome to getting better. No, I don't know if I can explain, but it's like it's we have a lot of things very good, okay, but it's not just it. You need to do a lot of things to getting better. So it's necessary to be more critical about our things and how to do the things to getting better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's very interesting, because I consider that the Brazilians is very critical. We are very critical with ourselves, but we cannot overcome this kind of inequality that we have in terms of education and so on. So I totally agree with you. How to understand the weakness of the country in order to kind of make money and structure very well the country that we have, structure better. but you know, I'm thinking it's kind of, you know, interesting stuff, that because I consider the Brazilian very critical within ourselves, but you know, we cannot overcome very easily this kind of weakness in terms of the structure of the society, you know.
Sometimes I think we are critical, and when it's convenient, sometimes we critical the others, and when it's convenient, we critique ourselves. It's more emotional than rational, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Bruna, what do you think? What's your opinion?
Being the last one in this case was hard.
Conversation.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that the grass is always greening on the other side, right? So it's easy to say that I don't know, like Americans or other countries have better conditions that we have here, better laws, better policies, when they're already facing many things there, right? Like, I don't know, their laws aren't 100% positive to talking about, as Carla was saying, about technology. We don't have a lot of technology here when it comes to many scientific topics or like areas, you know. So we really need investment in education and in health, public health policies. So it's hard. Being the last one is hard. But as I said here, as Wallace said, and you said too, we need to value our culture. I think this is really important. And as you said, we tend to value North American artists and movies, cinema, you know, and everything. Just like Jefferson said, we should value more our culture and our music and everything. I don't know if I made myself clear, because it's true.
Yeah. This topic is just to, you know, kind of confuse our mind and make us to speak more about. Well, we have to point out some things, like we are a very large country, you know. We were stolen, you know, for a long time. And the inequality here, you know, was caused by, you know, a kind of outside influences, you know, and we are seeing it right now on the political, you know, environment. So I think it's important to understand that, because when we are comparing to other countries' history, so we have to keep that in mind, you know, this point. Like, what's the background of the history of that country, you know? For example, I know that Brazil have a lot of high level technology, but we don't know. But I know that the world, you know, for example, in my area, I know that we have a lot of, you know, a knowledge about a lot of things that the people, you know, in other countries come to here to learn, you know, and a lot of. So I think it's more, we have to be more empathetic with us, you know, in that term, to understand the inequality and how our history, you know, cross this time. Guys, you know, feel comfortable to add some point if you want. Okay, I know that Jefferson will do that, so Jefferson.
Let me, about Carla said, but Brazil and Argentina have the best agriculture of the world with technology,
Absolutely.
productivity. It's better than the United States now about corn and about soybean. It's very good. If you think about, I know Argentina, I have been in Cuba too. Cuba have the first vaccine of the world. The first vaccine of the world and all the population vaccinated. It's very interesting. And you have the best, very good universities that I know in Chile. I have been in Chile a lot of times. The best university is the same level of the United States, is the same. I have the Catholic University from Chile. It's a very good university. You have the best university, a lot of universities at Unicamp, USP in Brazil. You have very good universities in Argentina, I know. You have very good university in Uruguay, a very good university. And what else? Colombia, it's a very good university too. So the level of the university of this country is as so good as in the United States or in Europe. It's the same level. It's
you know
no
what?
problem, but the high level. You have Embraer is the best in the world now. It's competing with the two bigs. Embraer, it's Brazilian technology. You have WEG that is producing very interesting motor for electric vehicle. It's from Rio Grande do Sul. Have factory in United States, have factory in China, but it's the Brazilian. So you have what I'm saying. We have a lot of potential things to do, but the big problem is the distribution of income. It's the concentration of income, not just in Brazil, because I know a lot of countries that I study in Latin America. It's the same situation. Like Haiti, for example, is the poor countries of Latin America. I know Haiti, it's terrible. I have been there. It's terrible situation, but we have a lot of potential. Where is the big problem? As you said, politicians. Okay. About the education, we can discuss the high level of education universities. It's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
About technology, it's a big problem. The system of science and technology is a big problem because the technology is concentrated, for example, in São Paulo. It's not in Goiás, in Piauí,
What do we have to overcome is, of course, is this inequality, and also to synchronize the stuff, because I think the country is very large and we don't know about our country. We don't even know, about the Northwest, the potentially, and of the Midwest. And that's very interesting to think about it. And what I'm thinking right now is that when I'm talking to some natives, that they are American, they say a lot, because the amazing, the wonderful country, United States, they say it a lot. It's very interesting. A lot saying, the wonderful country, because the builder nation, and the greatest nation, the great nation. Oh my God. Because they spread this kind of image, about the United States. So it's very interesting. And in one of those conversations that I had, I said, what I'm thinking about the United States in terms of, for example, why are you think about that, comparing with what countries, the point is comparing with what countries. So, and in what area as well. So it's interesting because they, feel that they are very good and beautiful country, and is the opposite here in Brazil. I think the people used to spread a lot that, oh my God, Brazil is nuts. Oh my God, it's terrible to live here. So it's interesting to comparing that. So let's try to finish that conversation in a good mood. I'll move to the question number 9. Yeah. No, question number 8. What images of Latin American do you have that are beautiful? You have in your mind? Carla.
It's a little bit, polemic. Oh, I'm kidding. Here I'm opportunity to have experience of other countries too, because I'm living a very multicultural city, Eindhoven, It's a very technology city. It's the city of Philippines. Philippines start here, and everything's it's around this Philippines here. So we have friends from Egypt, from India, from Cuba, from many countries, and it's very interesting because everybody likes so much Brazil and knows many things about Brazil, and not these popular things. For example, friends from Egypt tell me, "Oh, I love Maneva." Maneva, what is it? Ah, it's a band in Brazil. See, I really, I don't know. And so I think it's very nice because we sometimes think that the others think bad things about us because the news appears a very bad situations, no, about Brazil, about politics, about trafficking. Traffic not it is situations in Rio de Janeiro, for example, but not everyone says a good thing about Brazil, about our warm, friendly, and our reception. So I think we have a good, in general, you have a good image for the others.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, and I think I'm thinking I was surfing on internet, and I kind of understand the phenomena that is happening in the internet, you know, on the internet, that a lot of people from other country reacting to Brazilian videos and so on. And you know what is happening is that the Brazil, you know, we have a lot of people that is spending too much time on internet. And when that people, you know, from other countries trying to react Brazilian stuffs, you know, the number of the views increase a lot comparing, you know, the previous video. And it's awesome, you know, it's amazing as well, because, you know, the power of how can we kind of, you know, control other states in order to bring this kind of thing, you know. Sometimes we can think that it's kind of silly, you know, and little things, but for me that, you know, now I'm kind of understanding the power of the internet. You know, oh my God, Brazilians have a lot of power, but they don't know. We don't know, you know, like in terms of influence, the global tendencies on internet. And now I'm seeing, you know, for example, people from other countries reacting to videos of Elis Regina's songs, like, you know, Tim Maia song. Oh my God, Tim Maia, the American, like Tim Maia, you know, Americans, Racionais, like, oh my God, it's very, very interesting. Let's hear from Rogério. Your turn.
Okay. Well, I would say our nature, you know, our nature is very famous around the world because we have Amazon yet. We have Amazon. Yeah, we have Amazon. We have beautiful landscapes. We can't deny it. We have beautiful beaches. I am almost afraid to say this word, you know. Beach. We have beautiful beach, and we can't deny it because in South America we have a lot of beautiful landscapes, like Cordillera dos Andes. It's an amazing place, beautiful place. And listen, guys, about the question number 9, I saw Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton doing debate. Donald Trump said, trying to convince the people there that Obama administration was doing the wrong thing for them. He told that Barack Obama is making America become like South America, a third world country. Oh my gosh, they think this about us, guys. It is true. They think that we are the third world country. Oh my gosh. When I saw this, I thought, wow, man, definitely, these guys don't like us, you know.
Yeah, but you know, you brought a very interesting point that, you know, is one of the reasons that we have in this situation. You know, we have a challenge in the world, you know, all the richest country trying to, you know, use the country like, you know, we are the best, and, you know, we aren't, you aren't that, you know. So trying to preserve that position, you know, of the best countries, man. Very, very good point. So the next, Wallace.
Well, I think about what you said, and that people around the world are seeing and enjoying our culture. That's a bit, I think that might be dangerous, because the people may think that we are an exotic country, like, or they have this sort of culture that is totally different from mine. So they're very exotic, and there they do exotic things, and they won't get ourselves as with the respect that we deserve. You know, like they will think that we have this exotic thing, exotic culture, but we aren't able to develop technologies as they do. We aren't able to create things that they can't use our resources, our sources of like water, of food, well, as good as they do. Well, this sort of culture that is spread of us, I think it's important that the world know about us, but in a way that with the respect that we also deserve. Well, and the image that I have from South America is an image of hope and a bright future, because I don't know when we will realize how much interesting thing we have here, how many awesome and incredible things we can develop here, how large is our biology, how good is our land. And when this day become true, well, I think South America, all the countries have all the rights and all the powers to become the most powerful continent, or maybe united countries in the world, because we have all the potential. But I don't know what still is missing to we haven't become that huge country, that huge potential.
Yeah, I really believe, like, and you know, about the reaction, what I've seen is that it's a very humble reaction. Like, you know, for example, the guy from the American ghettos, you know, reacting to the rap, you know, and then he translated, you know, the lyrics. They kind of, oh my God, you know, oh my God, you know, because it's a kind of synergy that we are creating in that term, in my opinion. For example, a guy for the Southern American, you know, Southern United States, that played country, you know, reacting to the sertanejo. And if, for example, Chitãozinho Chororó, and they are awesome. I never heard before, you know, oh my God, I would like to play like him, to sing like him, you know, like that's very interesting.
Once I saw,
go ahead.
Once I saw a video that a guy reacting to a song from Racionais, Nego Drama. Yeah, his reaction was, oh God, he's talking this. They are saying things I wouldn't say, but so just saying the truth, like the real truth.
Yeah, and I think, I know, depending on the person that is reacting, they understand the things, you know, like, for example, at least that guy, you know, he was from the ghettos in the United States, you know, a black guy, you know, from the ghettos. So he understood, you know, what Racionais says. So like, oh, I can feel you know, like, it's interesting. Bruna, your turn.
You said everything. Yeah, I think, let me just read the question again, because we changed it a little bit, right? So as Rogério said, the
Feel
last
free to say what you want to
I
the
think
world. Spread the
okay, okay.
the Brazilian world.
So besides culture and music and landscapes, I think people too. You know, I've been feeling here on TNT that there are many incredible people here in Brazil. Like the energy is different, you know, the way we communicate. We are warm, you know. So not only about culture, right? Because we have already talked about it in music, but let's talk about people. We are really nice and talkative and easygoing, and we are always open to talk about many people, many things. Sorry, many things, and yeah. So let's talk about people. We are awesome.
Yeah, totally agree. So let's finish with our Professor Jefferson.
I'm not worried about the word think about the Latin America, because I know a lot of countries here in Latin America, and I say in short terms, I love Cuba about the music, the food, the people. I love Venezuela about beach. Margarita, it's lovely beach, lovely people. I love Argentina about the wine, the culture, the politician of the people. I love Uruguay about the meats, the best meats of the world in Uruguay. I love Chile about Cordillera dos Andes, about wine and about fruits. And I love Brazil about the people, the fruits, the music, the clothes, and the culture. So we must rethink about Latin America. We have a very potential for the world, and you must to appreciate this potential and not be denied and not think Latin America is just nude girls, like Rogério said, beach, and, and drugs. It's not this. The Latin American is another continent. It's a potential, and I know I love this continent.
Absolutely, you're totally right. Guys, thanks a lot for this conversation. I'm very happy that this conversation is being recorded, so the people from other country can watch this video and understand more about us and our culture, what you think about other things and about ourselves as well. So that's it. Thanks a lot for that. Bye bye, guys.
Thank
Have a nice
you.
day.